Hello all, welcome back to Shaving with Peg Leg. I got a special one for you today. It's just a simple head shave, but as you can tell by the thumbnail, I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going back to the red tip. It's basically the same shave as yesterday, but on my dome instead of on my face. I've got a fourth use of the Silver Blue, the last use of that blade that I used yesterday. For a base, for the soap, Phoenix CK1, Crown King 1. See that? Oops, some flakes fell out. And for a scent, we're using this. The Weight by First Line Shave. Same bowl. The white is the CK1 and the brownish, tannish color is the Weight for scent. And again, using my AKA Brushworks. Alright guys, we need a name for this brush. He didn't give me a name. I don't have a name. I was almost going with a candy cane because I know it kind of looks pink to you, but it's actually red. It's like a pink and red mixed, so it's got like hints of pink. It's not a bright red, so maybe not the candy cane. All right, what are we calling this brush, guys? I need some help with the name on that brush. Now we're gonna mix the soap. All right, the reason I'm doing this, have you guys ever, I'm sure a lot of you have, come across the problem and you don't know what the solution is right off the top of your head, and you just have to keep thinking about it and thinking about it and think about nothing else until you find a solution for it? Well, that's how I am, and that's how I got with this soap. It's like, I'm gonna make this shit lather no matter what. I will make it lather. Says, okay, I got 2 unscented soaps. If I throw it in with some CK1 and see what happens. You know what happens? You get the weight light. It doesn't have the strength that it would if it was just the weight, because that unscented is absorbing a lot of it. But look what we're getting. I beat you, you bastard. Alright, let me tell you what I did this morning. This morning, well, this afternoon, early this afternoon, like 1 o'clock. I emailed Frontline Shave and I said, look, I bought this back at the razor company on January 7th. I've tried to use it 3 times, and all 3 times I can't get it to lather. I said, am I doing something wrong? Is there a special trick that this soap needs to lather, because I can't get any lather out of it? And I didn't expect an answer today. I expected an answer tomorrow or maybe Tuesday, depending on how busy they were. Look at that. It's like yogurt. Add a little water to it. So it's, is this something I can do, or am I doing something wrong? Is there a special trick that this soap needs to lather? And I got an email back from him. He said, nope, that was a bad batch that went out. I've been trying to track it down, all the ones that were sold down. Trying to track them down. He said, as soon as I make another batch, he says, I'll send you a new one. Give me your name and address. So I sent him my name and address and said, thank you. That's it. Nothing. Wasn't nasty when I emailed them or anything, because yesterday I think I was kind of nasty when I posted it on Instagram when I said the soap was shit. And well, it is. It's bad. It's not a good soap. It was a bad batch. So all you guys that were agreeing with me, that because you guys know I can lather soap. You've seen me do it. So all you guys that were agreeing with me that it was probably a bad batch, we were correct. So you can tell your wives that you were actually right on something, and she can mark it on the calendar. blooming super nice, but that's the CK1, so needs a little more water. Give it a couple sprays as opposed to dropping it from the cup. And Dave in Kentucky made a comment about my Arco lather wasn't very good either. That's like, well, that was me. I mean, I was super frustrated with the soap that, because I'd read somewhere online, somebody had posted that they were having a problem lathering the soap, and somebody suggested he had a problem with First Line Shea, their base too, and he learned that he had to bloom it first before he could lather it to get a good lather out of it. So, okay, I figured I'd try that. And it didn't work. So I was really frustrated. So when I did the Arco, I was quick. And this brush, the tips on this are super, super soft. The bottom part of it's got a little backbone to it, but the top up there is super, super soft. That's why I want to use it on my dome, because it is super. It's a little thicker than I like, but look at that. Look at that. The weight light. That's what I'm going to call it, the weight light. But it's there. It's working. And we were correct. Oh, is that brush soft? Oh. That is a soft brush. And it's Sinbad knot. I sent him a message on Instagram last night. And he happened to be on Instagram when I sent the message. And he said, yeah, it's a Sinbad knot. It is a Sinbad. But Sinbad knot needs a name. The red's not dark enough to call it lava. And I don't think it's dark enough to call it the candy cane. It's not really striped either. I don't know what to call that. I really don't. I'm at a loss. You guys, you gotta have a name. Oh, that feels so good. That is awesomeness right there. All right, a red tip head shave. And I did not give this razor its due justice yesterday on my face either, because I was still, like I said, I was just pissed off about the soap. Lots of stuff coming in later this week, guys. Lots of stuff. And then I'm going to have some more stuff coming in up until I think not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Because, you know, my stupid ass keeps looking at vintage stuff on Etsy and on eBay. You know, there's some people out there that are really proud of some of the things they have. A guy on Etsy wants $700 for a 1930s Aristocrat. It's got the full case, the unused blades, and it's all beautiful. It's supposedly never been used. It's just been sitting in a drawer. It was purchased and never used. So, is it worth $700? I guess if you want a pristine 1930s aristocrat, it would be. That did pretty good. First pass. Look at that. That's nice. You head shavers out there, you know exactly that is what I'm saying here. This is the best part of the head shave. The shave is good, but this part right here. Oh. You know what? This is a super soft brush and it feels good, but I think I prefer one that's just a little bit stiffer for a little bit better massage. And I got enough soap in there to do like 6 passes. So, anyways, what I've been dealing with for the last since Tuesday. So what is that, 5 days? Mom went into the hospital Tuesday night. She went out to do laundry, and I was like, "Are you sure you don't want me to do it?" And she's like, "Nope, I can do it. I can handle it." Well, she's got issues with her legs. So, you know, I do the laundry a lot of times just because she can't get up and down the stairs. We've only got 3 stairs, but they were put in before code came out. And the first step is 7.5 inches high. Second step is 7.5 inches high. The last step is 9.5 inches. And she's 79, and she doesn't have the flexibility that she used to. So the stairs can be a little difficult. So I asked, "You sure you don't want me to do it?" She's no. I said, "I'm going to make dinner." I said, "What do you want?" She said, "I want simple tonight." She said, "I want something simple." Okay, what do you want? It's simple. She said, "You got any hot dogs and tater tots?" I'm like, "Yes, we have hot dogs and tater tots. You really want to go simple?" She said, "Yeah, that's all I really want." I said, "Okay." She said, "I've been thinking about it all day." Okay. So I made dinner. She stayed out on the porch while her clothes washed and put them in the dryer. And she was going to come out inside to eat, and she couldn't get upstairs. It's like, "Well, I got no legs. I can't help you." And she's like, "Okay, let me just sit here." She sat on the second step. "Let me sit here, gather my breath." And she sat in there. She goes, "I'm really hungry." She said, "I wonder if I eat, I'll get some strength back." I said, "Okay." So I fixed her a plate, and she had her own little picnic out on the porch, sitting on the stairs. So I came inside. I ate my dinner. She ate hers. And right after I got done eating, well, a couple minutes after I got done eating, she calls me. So I go to see what she needs. And she says, "I'm just sitting here." She said, "And I'm wondering how I got here and why I'm here on the stairs." I'm like, "Okay, I think you need to go to the hospital." And she's like, "Yeah, I do. I need to go to the hospital." So I call paramedics for her. They get her to the hospital. That was the night I was in the hospital with her. She was so dehydrated, she took 2 liters of saline in an hour and a half. And it was messing with her kidneys. Her kidneys were getting squirrely. So, okay, you're spending the night. So they can check on you, keep an eye on you. So, Wednesday night, around 10:30, she calls me and says, come get me. I'm checking myself out of here. I can't stand this place. Mother, you need to stay in the hospital. I don't need to be here. I don't like this place. Come get me. Okay, she said, I've already checked myself out. Okay, so I go to get her, and it starts raining. So I pick her up, and she's like, I can't be there. I said, okay, well, you've already checked yourself out, and I picked you up. She's like, those nurses are so rotten. I said, why? What'd they do? She says, they took me to a beach party, and I didn't like it. Meanwhile, it's like 70 degrees out and raining, and they went to a beach party. For one, nurses don't ever take patients anywhere. They don't leave. I'm like, okay, this is not good. So she railed about that all the way home. And I'm just thinking, okay, you know what? I'll get her home. I'll let her spend the night in bed, and we'll reevaluate in the morning. Take her to a different hospital that actually is better. This other one was just, it's right around the corner from the house. So that's the reason she went there. I'll get her to the other hospital tomorrow. All right, we get home, park the car. She gets out of the car. She takes one step, loses her balance, falls into the grass, and is laying in the wet grass in the frickin' rain. And I can't pick her up, and she can't get up. Paramedics. And this is all because those nurses took me to a beach party. That's why. She said, I still got sand in my shoes. Okay. All right, mother. So, paramedics get there. They get her picked up, and they sit her on the gurney. Because, you know, they want to check her out to make sure she's okay. And I said, well, since you guys are here and you got her on a gurney already, take her to Morton Plant, please. She goes, I don't want to go to a hospital. I don't want nothing to do with any hospital at all. I said, okay, why don't you tell this nice young man about the nurses over at Largo Med? And she goes off about them taking her to a beach party. And she didn't like it. He looks at me and goes, Morton Plant? I said, yep, Morton Plant. And off she went. Well, she got there, and she was there overnight, because we didn't get back till like a little bit after 11, and she was there overnight, and I had them check her for stroke and everything, and they came back and said that dehydration can cause hallucinations. And even if you're not dehydrated, which they said she wasn't at that point, she wasn't dehydrated anymore. She said they could still take a little while for the brain to recognize that she wasn't dehydrated anymore. And she might still be having delusions from it. Okay? No problem. So they ran all their tests and everything. Her kidneys were functioning normal again. She wasn't dehydrated. Everything seemed to be going good. And then she notices a picture on the wall outside of her room in the hallway. And she asked me, she says, you recognize that picture? And I looked at it. I didn't recognize it. It was like a cart path in the dirt between rows of trees, like an orchard, and it went down to like a lake or a pond. I said, no, I don't recognize the picture. She goes, that's Grandma's house. You don't recognize Grandma's house? You grew up there. So I look at it again and I'm like, oh yeah, it is, isn't it? And the doctor happened to be there and he looks at me and I'm like, no. Okay. So I leave for the night. Next morning, I get a call from her attending nurse that all night long she saw a little blonde hair, a little curly blonde-headed little girl in her room all night. Okay, not good. So the next day, the doctor tells me it could be onset early dementia. I'm like, well, this is not good. So they're still running tests. They're taking care of her legs. Like I said, she had leg issues, so they're taking care of her legs now. And we've already got a facility set up to take her in when she's well enough to travel. I appreciate everybody saying sorry to hear. I know you all are, and I thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's never something you want to hear from anybody, about anybody. I'm going to try and hit that back one more time. I don't think I stretched my skin out enough to get in there. But the thing that gets me is, this was like onset from Tuesday night when she was sitting on the stairs, where she couldn't remember why she was sitting on the stairs or how she got there. That's when this all started. There was no warning of it ever prior to that. She was clear as a bell. And I'll say this. Last week we had a long talk, and she said, you know, my time is near. And this might have been part of it early, and I didn't catch it. But she said, you know, my time is near. I'm not going to make it for as long as my mom and dad did. My grandmother died at 91. My grandfather died at 90. She said, I'm not making it as long as they did. She said, my time is near. I know you guys have probably heard stories about people that knew that their time was coming, that they were close. It's, I don't have words for it. I really don't. Look at all the soap I got left. Should we do a head wash? Why not? So I don't know what's going on right now. Right now they're just waiting for her to get well enough so that she can transport to the other facility. I appreciate all your kind words because I know you guys are going to say so. I appreciate that. All I can say, guys, don't get old. Do not get old. It's not fun. It is not fun. You know, I know a lot of people deal with that stuff at home, but it's going to be hard for me because I got no legs. I have a hard time taking care of myself. You know, between the two of us, we were always able to get everything done. I don't know. We'll use the almond block. We'll see what happens. I don't think I really need it though. So I didn't get any blood, and I didn't feel any nicks or anything. Holy shit! No, just joking. There's nothing up top. There's nothing on the side. In that back where I did 3 passes, pickups, and then a 4th try on it, that's giving me like a tingle, but nothing. Not even a half a point. It's just a tingle. On Tuesday, we'll get back to the history stuff. A lot on my mind, you know. Besides the fact that I've been buying junky the last few days. But I have to say, I got all my Christmas shopping done. Haven't even reached the real middle of November yet, and I got my Christmas shopping done. How about that? It's sweat like crazy. Fan blowing on my face, and it's still sweating like crazy. Alright, a little witch hazel, keep the wrinkles away. Oh, I'm squeaky. I did a good job. I'm squeaky. This smells good. This scent is absolutely freaking fantastic. I didn't post it in my video yesterday that what the scent notes were because I didn't really use the soap. I used Arco more than I did this. But we used the weight light, and we'll keep. I don't know how long it's going to take to get for him to make another batch and me to get another set. That's a lot. That's a lot. Pick up that leftover aftershave off my hands. Oh yeah. Yeah, put it right under my nose so I can smell it. Alright guys, that's a good head shave. The Red Tip did a fairly good job. I think, or did I missed a patch? Whoa! All right, I'm gonna do a touch up after I end the video. I missed a whole patch right here. My bad. It happens, doesn't it? Sometimes you just miss a patch. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. 1955 A2, first year of the Red Tip. That's what I wanted. Well, I wanted an A1, but I couldn't find an A1, so I got an A2. Close enough. The weight. Bad batch. So, mixed with the CK1 unscented, I got the weight light. But you know what? I got lather this time, didn't I? Alright. I just had to solve that problem. Somehow, some way, I had to solve that problem. I was not going to let it stand the way it was. But to find out it was a bad batch is a load off my mind that I'm not doing something wrong. Always better that way. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Don't forget the affiliate link. We're close to 25. When it hits that, I get the $25 gift card to the Razor Company. Give it to you all. And I will post links to 4 channels in the description box. Please check those guys out. Give them a subscription. Trying to boost everybody's numbers as best we can. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you all. Love you all. Appreciate your words. I really do. Thank you. Guys, enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves out there.